Ohsama minasan, today we're gonna talk about Ohsama Sentai King Ohger episode, and after watching this episode I have just one question: how many of this is planned and how many of this is actually by pure coincidence? If you guys didn't notice what happened in this episode, how did Gira lose, is because the Bugnarak actually appears out of nowhere, like pretending to be Yanma, trying to save Gira, something like that. And it is like, for some weird reason, like the bonus of Rakles to just inject the poison of the scorpion into the Bugnarak seems too coincidental, but it almost seems like it is planned on purpose to kind of like show the entire world, show the sugar dam people that Gira is in fact a part of the Bugnarak Empire, like he is walking together with them itself. But then again, at the same time, by the end of this episode, we actually saw that Gira survived because Rakles I'm pretty sure he purposefully didn't strike any vital points so that he can survive. Okay, so what is going on? Like, is Rakles really bad? Maybe there is like something going on that we do not know about. Maybe Rakles is trying to protect Gira, you know, like he felt the burden of the king and he doesn't want Gira to be a part of it. And maybe Gira was being used as kind of like a hostage to hold him accountable or something like that. But then again, at the same time, we also saw Gira confronted Rakles, talking about how you're involved in my kidnapping, you purposefully want to get rid of me from the throne, from getting in your way, something like that. So what is going on? Is Rakles truly evil, or he is just a tsundere brother who is trying to protect his own brother, something like that? I don't really know what is gonna happen, but I still hope, I hope Rakles is gonna turn out to be a selfish king like how he is being portrayed from the get-go, but he still have some heart for the brother itself. Like, he still cares for the brother, because in the flashback scene we actually get to see that the relationship between Rakles and Gira is very, very close. So there has to be some significant reason for Rakles to betray Gira. I don't think it is out of hate, but maybe it is out of love that he pushes Gira away. And maybe like the Bugnarak Empire hold certain thing in as a hostage or something like that. We are not sure. We're definitely not sure, but it seems too coincidental that the Bugnarak appears when Rakles actually wants when Rakles actually need someone to use the poison on, something like that. So this is all really, really interesting. And even Debowski, okay, like the way Debowski scheme thing and plan things, it really makes me wonder what is really, really going on. Like, what is he thinking? Like, what does he really wants to do? He's the ultimate schemer, and this is kind of like part of the amazing storytelling method of Ohsama Sentai. It almost seems like all of these rangers are they are not actually working together, but they are actually like just they are not a team for a sense, but they are working together for their own purpose and for their own personal gain itself. And we actually saw this especially strong in Debowski. In this episode, we get to see him kind of like tricking the rest of the team. Like, he's siding with Himeno and Yama, like, hey, we are gonna get Gira for ourselves, we're gonna make him into our tool or something like that. And he purposefully give Rakles the poison, the god scorpion poison. And when he does that, it is, I was like, why would he do this? Does he know that the Bugnarak is gonna strike? Does he walk together with Rakles? What is going on? All of this is so confusing or something like that. But I felt like the Bugnarak invasion is definitely kind of like a saving grace for both Gira and also Debowski itself, because what Debowski, or I think Debowski original plan is to get everyone busy, like, and create a little bit of chaos, because the duel between Gira and Rakles was supposed to be a one-on-one duel. So the rest of the king is definitely gonna be there to observe the fight between the both of them. But after knowing that the poison of God Scorpion was given to Heracles, and it is a real poison, the rest of the king is gonna be really like nervous, and like they're gonna be extra alert to see when Heracles is gonna use the poison. So now Dibowski actually took the opportunity to went into the castle of the Kabuto, something like that, and he saw something, and we do not know what he actually saw. Maybe he saw that Heracles actually figured out a way to create his own shoe god or something like that, or maybe he saw that like some Bugnarak Empire shit going on in the empire itself. So we are not sure what he saw, but definitely there's gonna be a reason why he's like so surprised like to see what is actually happening in the castle. What he saw, we do not know. Hopefully in the next episode we are gonna see the truth, we are gonna see what actually happened. Okay, but with that being said, let me move on to the next thing I want to talk about, and that is where everything actually started. Okay, everything started 15 years ago, like with the Fury of Gods and also the kidnapping of Gira. Both of these, I would say, happened around the same time. It definitely happened in the same year, so it actually made me wonder whether or not the Fury of Gods actually was kind of like involved with the kidnapping of Gira. Did the kidnapping of Gira causes the Fury of God to happen, and the villain actually used this opportunity to assassinate the parents of Himeno or something like that? So you almost think like all of these are being planned simultaneously by someone behind the scene to take down the, how do I say, to take down the Ishabana god and queen, king and queen, and then at the same time Gira itself. So what happened to Gira 15 years ago? Like, he is not kidnapped, that is for sure, because he doesn't have any memories of him being kidnapped, but there's definitely something that happened to him that causes him to loses his memory, because I'm pretty sure he loses his memory, but how did he loses his memory is another big question. Okay, like, we're still waiting for the truth to be revealed, so we just have to wait and see. But with that being said, I just want to move on to yet another next thing. Okay, like, the action, I have to say, is amazing. Like, there's a clear mixture between a fast moving action and also they can cut to a slow motion straight away. It feels like a real duel. Okay, and I wouldn't say it felt like a real duel, because if you actually watch a real duel, usually they don't move that fast. Okay, they don't swing their swords randomly, something like that. They're gonna think properly and they're gonna strike. But this is definitely like an anime fight. Okay, because in an anime they can swing the sword like crazy, and then we got slow motion to emphasize on certain actions, something like that. So this is kind of like the thing that all of us are really loving. And I'm not gonna lie, I would actually love to see more action scene that is not actually just showing the battle. Like, there's a lot of cuts, something like that. I want to see like a long tag of an action scene, and that is definitely what I really want to see moving forward. Okay, so this is really interesting. But to end this episode off, we actually get a really unexpected review of the god Grasshopper, the god what was the grasshopper name in Japanese again? Shit, Bata. Okay, the god Bata appears last minute in the show to kind of steal the highlight, steal the show from Heracles itself. We thought that we're gonna see the black, the old Kwagata summoning the shoe god itself, but that is not happening in this episode because of the god's grasshopper itself. Okay, but one thing that really surprised me is how the hell did that how do I say, the Bugnarak actually survived the poison of the god scorpion itself. So it really makes me wonder whether or not the thing that was being used on the Bugnarak, is it legit a poison, or is it actually the kind of like the anesthetic. I think is the anesthetic or not, because Dibowski said that he's not sure which one that he actually gave to Rakles, so it actually kind of create a little bit of confusion between the king. But there is a possibility that he clearly knows that which one he gave Rakles, and he knows clearly that he didn't give the god scorpion poison to Rakles, and that is why he is not actually that nervous. And it makes sense because he doesn't want to kill Gira. He still wants to use Gira in the future because he sees Gira as a tool that he can actually control. And that is kind of sad if you really think about it, because all of the kings are actually looking at Gira in this manner of form. Like Himeno is looking at Gira like this. I'm not so sure about Yama. I'm pretty sure Yama doesn't look at Gira like a tool, but he looks to him more like a nakama, something like that. But the rest of the king, especially Dibowski, is looking at Gira like a tool to be used for his own gain and pleasure, something like that. So this is really, really interesting. But I have to say, this episode creates a lot of really, really interesting thing that we need to talk about and further discuss in a future video of Ohsama Sentai King Ohger. And the next episode preview looks really, really interesting. The personal ad of Rita actually sit on the throne of Rita. What the hell is going on with that? But we're gonna see more and we're gonna talk more in the next video, so stay tuned and I'll be seeing you guys there. That is all from me. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to ask you to comment this word in the comment section below to let me know you actually finished the video. And the word today is gonna be bata. Okay, bata. While I already explained, God Grasshopper appears at the end of the episode. So if you made it this far to the end of this video, comment a sudden appearance of bata as well, because bata is the word for grasshopper in Japanese. So that is all. Hope you enjoy, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.